Hello and happy St. Patrick's Day. Uh, Unfortunately this year one of the gigs that my band normally plays every year for St. Patrick's Day got canceled due to the COVID-19 concern, and so we're out a big gig and made a real big hole in my year for the St. Patrick's Day celebration. So I decided what I was going to do is put together a virtual concert, so people who were looking for something to do to celebrate St. Patrick's Day would have a chance to do that without getting out in the crowds and maybe taking a chance at getting sick. So we'll see how this goes. I will admit that this is being pre-recorded, so may wind up doing some editing. We'll hope not, but we'll see how it goes. Okay. All right. So here we go. County down on a morning in July. Got a pouring rain and a sweet Golly, and she smiled as she passed me by. Oh, she looked so neat from her two white feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing elf, I had to shake myself to be sure I was really there. From Bantry Bay to Derry Cay, from Galway to Dublin town. From Maid I seen like sweet Golly, that I danced in the county down. As she out was fed, I scratched my head and the gaze was feeling queer. There I said I to a passerby who's a mate with a nut brown hair. Oh, he smiled at me and my price as she was a gem of Ireland's crown. Young Rosie McCann from the banks of the bench, she's the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Cay and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I seen like a sweet Golly that I met in the county down. At the harvest fair she'll surely be there, so I'll dress in my Sunday clothes. And I'll try sheep's eyes and the leather and lies on the heart of the nut brown rose. No pipe bust up, no horse I'll yoke, and my plow with Rustford brown. Just smile and pride from my own fireside, she's the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay to Derry Cay and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like a sweet Golly that I met in the county down. From Bantry Bay to Derry Cay and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like a sweet Golly that I met in the county down. Alright, so I'm going to be swapping back and forth between guitars and whistles and ball run and just kind of all kind of stuff. So actually, the next thing up is whistle. So this is called the butterfly. Now I normally play that with my band. I've got other instruments going. And we actually normally go on to another piece, but without the band, it's kind of hard to just go straight from the one to the other. I will, however, do the other piece, and I will explain, by the way, that these are called rhythm bones, for those who do not know. And they're a very ancient instrument. It used to be bone, actually, at one point, real bone, but these are wood, and these are synthetic material of some sort. Any rate, and if you don't understand the words to this song, well, don't worry, because they're actually not in English. They're in Gaelic. So we'll see how this goes by myself. I don't normally have the band going on with this. So. Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Rakakmi Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Voya Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Rakakmi Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Voya Sanna Nila Guramanjora Rukaknissa Hokakmi Sanna Nila Guramanjora Rukaknissa Bami Sanna Nila Guramanjora Rukaknissa Hokakmi Sanna Nila Guramanjora Rukaknissa Bami Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Rukakmi Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Voyak Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Rukakmi Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Voyak Nuravami Anna Nila Vakatrina Kudarum Nuravami Anna Nila Vakatrina Korum Nuravami Anna Nila Vakatrina Kudarum Nuravami Anna Nila Vakatrina Korum Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Rukakmi Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Voyak Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Rukakmi Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Voyak Sanna Nila Voyak Harukaknissa Hokakmi Sanna Nila Voyak Harukaknissa Bami Sanna Nila Voyak Harukaknissa Hokakmi Sanna Nila Voyak Harukaknissa Bami Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Rukakmi Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Voyak Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Rukakmi Sanna Nila Ila Ila Sanna Nila Voyak. Okay. Alright, so let me check what I had listed next on my set list here. Oh, okay. Right. I'm going to do this different than I normally do with the band as well. This is a ball run. This one is a fairly new head, and it's still very tight. This is water, because that's the only way I have to loosen this just a little bit, enough to where it's not going to damage it when I play it. And I did this before I started, and it dried out while I was sitting here, so much better. Okay. I normally have another scheme for this with the band, but there you go. Without everybody here, I got to do something different. And this is going to sound better, I think, than what I normally play on with what I'm doing with the band. This is a work song called Biker Hill. If I had another penny, I would have another Jill. I would make the piper play the bonny lass of Biker Hill. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. The pitman and the keelman trim, they drink bumble made from gin. Then to dance they do begin to the tune of Elsie Marley. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. When first I went down to the dirt, I had no cowl and no piss shirt. Now I have me 2 or 3 Walker pits done well by me. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. The poor coal carter gets 2 shillings, the gaffer he gets half a crown. The overman gets 20 guineas just for riding up and down. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. Geordie Charlton, he had a pig, he hit it with a shovel and it danced a jig all the way to Walker Shore to the tune of Elsie Marley. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. If I had another penny, I would have another Jill. I would make the piper play the bonny lass of Biker Hill. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lass forevermore. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm going to move into what I like to call the Rover set. I have a couple of Rover songs. I don't go too far overboard with this. This is in the nature of a tall tale. Not a tall ship, but it sounds like it's in tune. In the year of our Lord 1806, we set sail from the Golly port. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall of New York. We'd an elegant craft, she was big fore and aft. Lord, how the trade winds roll over. She had 23 masts, and she stood barrel blast, and we called her the Irish Rover. We had Barney McGee from the banks of the Lee. There was Logan from County Tyrone. There was Mosey McGurk, who escaped him of work, and a chap from West Mexico. There was Slugger O'Toole, who was from Casaroo, fighting Bill Casey from Dover, and a man Nick McCann from the banks of the Man was the skipper of the Irish Rover. We had 1 million bags of the best Sligo rags. We had 2 million barrels of strong. We had 3 million bales of old Nanny Gold tails. We had 4 million barrels of rum. We had 5 million hogs, 6 million dogs, 7 million barrels of porter. We had 8 million size of old blind horses' hides in the hold of the Irish Rover. We had sailed 7 years when the measles broke out and the ship lost her way in the fog. Big fog, the whole of the crew was reduced down to 2, plus myself and the captain's old dog. Then the ship struck a rock, Lord, what a shock. We nearly tumbled over, turned 9 times around, and that poor old dog was drowned. Ow! Glub, glub, glub. I'm the last of the Irish Rover. That song's just a lot of fun. This one is too. This one's actually a very old song. Of course, a lot of these are very old songs, but this one is older than most, actually, the ones that I'm doing. Gypsy Rover came over the hill, down through the valley so shady. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of the lady. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, ah-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of the lady. She left her father's castle gate, she left her own fine lover, she left her servants and estate to follow the Gypsy Rover. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, ah-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of the lady. Her father saddled up his fastest steed and searched the valleys over. He saw his daughter at great speed and a whistling Gypsy Rover. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, ah-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of the lady. a valley with a mansion fine, down by the river Glady. And there was music and there was wine for the gypsy and his lady. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, ah-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. He is no gypsy, my father, she said, the lord of these lands over, and I will stay till my dying day with my whistling gypsy rover. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, ah-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, ah-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. That was a lot of fun too. Let's see here what I've got left on my list. Okay. This one is actually Scottish, but that's okay. The air is clear, the day is fine, and swiftly, swiftly flows the time. The boat is floating on the tide that wafts me off from Funeray. We must stop and haste away. We must stop and haste away. We must stop and haste away. Farewell, farewell to Funeray. Thousand, thousand tender ties awake this day my plaintive sighs. My heart within me almost dies at thought of leaving Funeray. We must stop and haste away. We must stop and haste away. We must stop and haste away. Farewell, farewell to Funeray. But I must leave those happy dales. See how wind fills the spreading sails. Adieu, adieu, my native vales. Farewell, farewell to Funeray. We must stop and haste away. We must stop and haste away. We must stop and haste away. Farewell, farewell to Funeray. All right. Well, while we're doing sad songs, this is another Scottish song, actually. I'll do this one here. Called "I Will Go." Although you probably figured that out as the lyrics happen. I I will go when the fighting is over, to the land on the cloud that I left to be a soldier. I will go, I will go. The king's son came around, he called us all together, saying, brave feeling men, will you fight for my father? I will go, I will go. I will go when the fighting is over, to the land on the cloud that I left to be a soldier. I will go, I will go. I've a buckle on me belt, a sword in me scabbard, and a red coat on me back, and a shilling in me pocket. I will go, I will go. I will go when the fighting is over, to the land on the cloud that I left to be a soldier. I will go, I will go. When they brought us all on board, the lassies were singing, but the tears came to their eyes when the bells started ringing. I will go, I will go. I will go when the fighting is over, to the land on the cloud that I left to be a soldier. I will go, I will go. When we reached that far off land, we saw the foreign heather, and we knew that some would fall and would lie there forever. I will go, I will go. I will go when the fighting is over, to the land on the cloud that I left to be a soldier. I will go, I will go. When we came back to our glen, the winter was turning, our goods lay in the snow, and our houses were burning. I will go, I will go. I will go when the fighting is over, to the land on the cloud that I left to be a soldier. I will go, I will go. I will go when the fighting is over, to the land on the cloud that I left to be a soldier. I will go, I will go. All right. Let's see what I have next on my list here. And take a drink of water while I'm at it. Okay. I hope I'll make it through this one, because it's been a while. I meant to rehearse this one before I sat down to do this, and I didn't. Oops. By yon bonny banks and by yon bonny braes, where the sun shines bright on Loch Lomond, where me and my true love were ever wont to gay, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Oh, ye'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye, but me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. 'Twas there that we parted in yon shady glen, on the steep, steep side of Ban Lomond, where in purple hue the Hieland hills we view, and the moon looks out frae the gloamin'. Oh, ye'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye, but me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. The wee birdies sing and the wildflowers spring, and in sunshine the waters are sleeping, but the broken-hearted kens nae second spring, though the waeful may cease frae their greeting. Ye'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Ye'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. And so I did make it to it. All right. So we're going to go from the sublime to the ridiculous, so to speak. Whoa! I need to hit that with the water again. Wow, man, it's drying up fast. Okay. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up on this song. This song is about this drum here, actually. Well, a drum of this type, anyway. Specifically, you got to understand this is goat skin. Okay, very important that you understand that to understand this song, because this song is from the point of view of a goat whose main goal in life is to become one of these, a ballroom. So, here we go. I am a year-old kid, and we're scarcely 20 quid. I'm the kind of beast you might well look down on, but my value will increase at the time of my decease. For when I grow up, I want to be a bowrun. If you kill me for me meat, you won't find me very sweet. On your palate, I'm afraid I soon turn sour on. But if you do me in for the sake of my thick skin, you will find I make a very tasty bowrun. My parents, Bill and Nan, they do not approve this plan to become a young for every yoke to pound on. But I would sooner scamper with a bang than with a whimper and achieve reincarnation as a bowrun. Now I look forward to the day when I leave off eating hay and become a drum to entertain the crowd on. And I'll make my presence felt with each well-delivered belt as a fully qualified and licensed bowrun. And when I'm killed and cured, my career will be assured as the kind of skin you'll find no scum or scour on. And with studs around me rim, I'll be sound of wind and limb, and I'll make a handy-dandy little bowrun. My heart with joy expands when I think of far-off lands, and consider all the streets that I will sound on. And I pity my poor meh, who will never see a flea, or indulge in foreign travel as a bowrun. Now a cat's lives they are 9, but they are not very fine, and a dog has much material to growl on. But it's when you are a goat, you can strike a merry note, that's provided you have first become a bowrun. For a hornpipe or a reel, a dead donkey has no feel, or a horse or cow or sheep that has a shroud on. And you can't join in a jig as a former grade A pig, but you can wallop out a lot if you're a bowrun. And if you're ever feeling low, to a session you should go, and take me there to exercise an hour on, and you can strike a mighty thump on my belly, back, or rump. But I'll thank you all to wait till I'm a bowrun. And when I dedicate my hide, I'll enhance my family's pride, and tradition is a thing I won't fall down on. And I'll sire a few young bucks who'll inherit my good looks, and be proud to know their old one was a bowrun. And I don't think she'll mind if I leave herself behind, and regret I can no longer turn the power on. And with a Celtic ink design tattooed on my behind, I will make a very sexy little bowrun. Now I think you've heard enough of this rubbishy old guff. I will put a sudden end to my way I'll run, and quite soon my bloody bleat will become a steady beat as I start my new existence as a bowrun. And quite soon my bloody bleat will become a steady beat as I start my new existence as a Bowron. That's a lot of fun. Okay, let's see here. What else have I got on my set list? Oh, come on. I'm using a tablet for my set list, by the way, in case you wondered about that. Ah, okay. Now, if this were in front of an actual live audience, where you were in front of me and I could hear you, I would have you sing along with this. Please feel free to sing along at home. Let me tell you what you should sing, actually, when it comes to that. Oh, first thing I should do, I think, is make sure I've got a tuning issue here. That sounds better. Okay. Pardon me for that, but it was worth it. Make sure Alright, the sing-along part here, if you choose to play along at home. We sail for St. Brenda's fair isle, we sail for St. Brenda's fair isle. That's the part. Very simple, very quick, very easy. It comes up a few times, so you'll catch on to that. I was a lad on the Emerald Isle. I heard many stories, both lovely and wild, about the sea monsters and dragons that swallow the ships as they sail on the sea. So I was an artist with canvas and paints. I sailed with St. Brendan and his jolly saints. We told the good people goodbye for a while. We sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle, we sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle. We sailed on the ocean for 94 days. We came to a spot where the sea was ablaze. The demons from Hades was dancing with glee and burning the sailors alive on the sea. Then St. Brendan walked on the festering waves. He threw all those demons right back to their caves. And all of his saints wore a heavenly smile. We sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle, we sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle. One night when the brethren was lying asleep, a great dragon came up from under the deep. He thundered and lightninged and made a great din. He awakened St. Brendan and all of his men. The dragon came on with his mouth open wide. We threw in a cross and the great dragon died. We skinned him and cooked him and feasted a while. We sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle, we sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle. At last we came under that beautiful land. We all went ashore and we walked on the sand. We took our longbows and we shot a zaboo. We roasted it up and had a barbecue. Then after a while we were singing a song. We noticed the island was moving along. We ate and we drank and we rode in high style. We sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle, we sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle. St. Brendan said, boys, this is much to my wish. We sail on the back of the world's biggest fish. Hold fast to the rope that is pulling the ship. We'll need it someday if this fish takes a dip. We sailed every ocean, we sailed every sea. We sailed every spot that a sailor could be. In 44 days we sailed 10 million miles. We sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle, we sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle. We sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle, we sailed for St. Brendan's fair isle. All right. Okay. So, up next is another whistle tune, which normally I play on the low whistle. Unfortunately, I am sadly out of practice on the low whistle, so I'm not going to try that. I'm not going to inflict that upon you. I'll do it on the high whistle. After I take a drink of water. Now, the title of this piece is in Irish Gaelic, and it comes out something like Ursnach Shame McCainta. I have no earthly idea what that means. If somebody out there knows what that means, hey, post it on my Facebook page and let me know. I would appreciate that actually. So it'd be nice. I don't know. Anyway, I actually have an arrangement of this that has 3 parts to it, but I don't have anybody else to play with me at the moment. So you're just going to hear the melody line. So. I've known that piece for a long, long time. That was one of the earlier pieces I learned on whistle. And I really wish you could hear the 3-part arrangement that a couple of friends of mine, actually a friend of mine and I wrote, and then he and another friend actually played it. First time we performed it. Very special friends, and I wish they could be here to play with me, but they're not, so there you are. Okay, now I have another guitar. I have the 12-string. Now this one hey, it kept its tune. How about that? This is not tuned to standard, by the way, so if you're trying to looking at my hands to see what guitar chords I'm playing, yeah, you're not going to get there. Unless you happen to know Dadgad, because that's what I'm playing in. Been a man from the Jew, from me home, I started at the girls and I'm really broken. I just said it's fine to do. Kiss me, darling, love it, when you find the view, repeat the tears of fun, then I'll speak the tune. You provide the one, but it's not the one, the man is true. It comes around the camera, rapping on the bus, and rapping on the bus, and rock the boat, and double the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, from the hair and straighter down the rocky road, and all the way to double the bicycle on the bus. left behind the fun. Did I find a poppy stick? I wasn't a clown for the road. Said you not a road. Wasn't much of the rocky road. The double the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up the hill and turned her down the rocky road and all the way to double the mic on the rod. Then I got away, spirit never failing, landed on the key just as the ship was sailing. Captain Matthew Ford said the door of Patty, then I took the boat and got around the Patty down among the mix. It's a funny mix, and some funny mix. The water got me bubbling when I'm talking it. Stop with it, or better, far instead of the rocky road. The double of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up the hair and turned her down the rocky road and all the way to double the mic on the rod. The boys of Liverpool went to sing to land. He called himself a fool. I couldn't understand it. Nothing in the cold. Where I was losing full no day was all day began. And these are around the souls that I can smell the other classic always boys when I saw I was a hobbling with a mountain break. When the knee and friend we took the street the way to the rocky road. The double of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up the hair and turned her down the rocky road and all the way to double of whack on the rock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up the hair and turned her down the rocky road and all the way to double of whack on the rock. Whew. That's a lot of words in a very little space. Okay, that's the only one I put on the list that uses this guitar. Okay, that's fine. Because the other ones I do with the band, and somebody else sings part of the lead, and we do some instrumental stuff, and it's just, yeah. Pardon me for drying myself off, but it's a needful thing, trust me. Okay, let's see here. Alright. The sick note. I used to work for an insurance company, and I was taking a class, actually, and one of those continuing education things for keeping my license and whatnot. Anyway, one of the sessions was on workers' comp, and so the facilitator for the class read this story, actually, as a prose bit. And when he got through with it, I said, there's a song about that. He said, can you sing it? Oh yeah. Go ahead. And so I did. First time some of those people had ever heard me sing, actually. Maybe the only time some of those people ever heard me sing, actually. Anyways. Anyway, here we go. Dear sir, I write this letter to inform you of my plight. And at the time of writing, I am not a pretty sight. Me body is all black and blue, me face a deathly gray. And I wrote this note to tell why Patty's not at work today. While working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear, and to throw them down from off the roof seemed quite a good idea. The gaffer wasn't very pleased, he was an awful sod. He said I had to cart them down the ladder in me hod. Now clearing all those bricks by hand, it seems a way slow, so I hoisted up a barrel and secured the rope below. But in my haste to do the job, I was too blind to see that a barrel full of building bricks was heavier than me. So when I had untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead, and clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. I took off like a rocket, and to my dismay I found that halfway up I met the bloody barrel coming down. The barrel broke my shoulder as onto the ground it sped, and when I'd reached the top, I banged the pulley with me head. I held on tight, though numb with shock from this almighty blow, as the barrel spilled out half its load, 14 floors below. Now when those building bricks fell from the barrel to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel, so I started down once more. I held on tightly to the rope as I flew to the ground, and I landed on those building bricks that were scattered all around. Now as I lay there on the deck, I thought I passed the worst, but when the barrel reached the top, that's when the bottom burst. A shower of bricks fell down on me, I hadn't got a hope, and in all of this confusion, I let go the bloody rope. The barrel being heavier started down once more, and landed right on top of me as I lay on the floor. It broke 3 ribs in my left arm, and I can only say that I hope you'll understand why Patty's not at work today. Workers' comp. There you go. Okay. Okay. And we're on a theme here. This is also not exactly a workers' comp because, well, it's still a work-related injury, actually. You'll see what I mean. Tim Finnegan lived in Walking Street, a gentleman Irish mighty odd. He had a brogue both rich and sweet, and a rise in the world he cared to hide. Now Tim had a sort of a tippling way, with a love of liquor poor Tim was born. So to help him on the working day, they dropped in a crater every morning. One put it all in a nasty partner, and the more your daughter shake. Was this the truth? I told you lots of fun and Finnegan. One morning Tim was rather full, his head felt heavy which made him shake. He fell from the ladder and he broke his skull, so they carried him home, his corpse to wake. They wrapped him up in a nice clean sheet and laid him out upon the bed, with a gallon of whiskey at his feet and a barrel of porter at his head. One put it all in a nasty partner, and the more your daughter shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you lots of fun and Finnegan's awake. His friends assembled at the wake, and Mrs. Finnegan called for lunch. First they brought in tea and cakes, and pipes, tobacco, and whiskey punch. Miss Biddy O'Brien began to cry, such a nice clean corpse did you ever see? Ah, Tim Bernardine, why did you die? Ah, shut your gob, says Pat McGee. But put it all in an SQ partner, and the more your daughter shake. Was it the truth? I told you lots of fun and things. Then Biddy O'Connor took up the moan. Biddy says you're wrong, I'm sure. But Biddy gave her a belt and a glove, and splinters sprawling on the floor. Then what a mighty awarded rage, 'twas woman to woman and man to man. She lately lauded all engaged, and around her ruction soon began. Put it all in an SQ partner, and the more your daughter shake. Was it the truth? I told you lots of fun and things. Then Mickey Maloney dusted his head when a night of whiskey flew at him. It missed him falling on the bed, the liquor splattered over Tim. But as your eyes see how he rises, Tim there rises from the bed. Says, fling your whiskey and I'm like blazes, but them days you think I'm dead. But put it all in an SQ partner, and the more your daughter shake. Was it the truth? I told you lots of fun and things. There we go. All right. So we're going to go from that little bit of silliness to something that's a much more tender thing here. Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together, Temple wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by yon clear crystal fountain, and on it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together, Temple wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? If my true love she were gone, I would surely find another, where the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together, Temple wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together, Temple wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? All right, just got a couple more things that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to go sit back in the recliner and drink some tea for a bit. Actually, probably after I break all this stuff down, because it's in the living room and it's in the way. So, all right. I normally do these last two as a set, but since I'm playing different things on the different pieces, then I really can't do that when when I'm playing by myself. It works in the band, trust me. Yeah. Anyway, this piece is called Farewell to Glasgow. Let me try that again. This song is entitled Farewell to Glasgow. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed doing it, actually. It's been fun but it's been a fun experiment, and I think a successful one. We'll see if anybody actually looks at the thing. But anyway, so if a bunch of people watch this and seem to enjoy it and comment something encouraging on there, I might actually do this again sometime. We'll see. Actually, I don't need to pick. Now I want to do a song that a lot of people think they know and they don't really, actually. Mainly because I don't do the verse that most people know. So, and I don't do the tune that everybody knows. And full the gowans fine, we wandered many a weary day, sun no lang syne. We twa faithful to the burn, frae morning sun till dine, but seas between us braid harrowed, send no lang syne. So here's a hand, my trusty field, and gie's a hand o' thine. Well, tak a richt heed, Willie Watt, for all lang syne. And surely you'll be your pine stook, and surely I'll be mine. We'll tak a cup o' kindness yet, for the sake of old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll tak a cup o' kindness yet, for the sake of old lang syne. Thank you, and again, happy St. Patrick's Day, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Oh, by the way, thank you to John Trieber for the loan of the camera and the tripod, and thanks to my wife Diane for actually turning it on and off for me.